Let me ask you something. When we started the year back in January, did you have resolutions that you made? Did you have some goals that you wanted to accomplish this year? I'm not asking you this to put any shame or guilt on you. We'll get back to those in just a minute. The purpose of this video is to talk about our goals, and that right now when I'm recording, it's July 4th. We are officially halfway through the year. So let's chat about this. I'm editing right now and I just realized that my microphone did not have batteries, so I'm really sorry that the audio isn't that great and I don't have time to record this again because my family and I are going to celebrate the 4th of July at a baseball game. So I hope that you stick around and listen to this because I have some good messages just for you and I hope that the audio is bearable. Hello, I'm Stephanie. I come out here and talk about going for our goals and dreams in hopes of encouraging you to go for those things that you've always wanted to do in your life. When I say that it's halfway through the year, I want to ask you, what comes up? Do you get a little bit panicked because time goes by so fast it seems like it just slips through our fingers? Or maybe you're thinking about how the holidays are just around the corner and you're gonna have to start shopping for Christmas. Maybe you have a little bit of that guilt that you haven't done those resolutions that you set out to do this year. A lot of the times we think that we have to wait until January, that January is the time to set goals, to set resolutions, to get back on track. And I'm out here today on July 4th saying, why does January get all of that glory? Why do we sometimes feel like January is the only time to have that fresh start? I come out here a lot and talk about how any time of the year is a good day to start our goals, whether it is in January or it's March 4th or it's October 15th. It doesn't matter because as long as we are still here and as long as we have those ambitions and those things that we want to accomplish in our life, any day is a good starting point. That being said, I know that there is some value, there is somewhat of a boost to start our goals on kind of an eventful time, whether that's a Monday, maybe it's the first of the month, maybe it's your birthday. I know July is my birthday month, if you want to call it that. And it does give us this renewed type of fresh start feeling. So if you're that way, I want to come out and say, July 2nd is the official midway point, the halfway point throughout the year. And I'm kind of starting something for myself to say happy half year because it is fun, at least for me, and I know it is for you if you're a planner. It is fun to set plans, to set goals, to write down those things that we want to do, to have benchmarks and milestones, track it on a calendar, something where we can see our progress and keep going for those things. And maybe you did this in January, and I'm not out here to poke shame or guilt at you. Maybe life got busy or you reprioritized and those things just slipped away as the days went by, and that's okay. I'm here to help you just push that reset button and let's get back on track. First off, I want to answer this question in my opinion, and I want you to let me know your answer down in the comments below. Why do we have goals in the first place? I'm sure there's 1,001 answers to this. I feel like we have goals because we want to accomplish something in life. We don't want to just sit around and watch TV or scroll on our phones the whole time. We want to actually have something that we're in charge of. Maybe it's a little bit of a challenge to get our brains working, our hands moving. We want to put forward something that we can hold and touch and feel that we can maybe give to others and help benefit them. Or we want to leave kind of a legacy for those of us who are here after us to remember us by. And then finally, I think we want to go for our goals because we want that experience. We want that journey of going through the motions of having a starting place working through all of those steps, and then ending it and feeling that accomplishment and that pride that we did it. That being said, I want to say first off that you are not behind. You are right where you're meant to be, even if you feel guilty for not having to do those resolutions that you set to do this year. It's okay, because maybe that wasn't the right time. Maybe you needed those 6 months to rest or to do something and get it out of the way before you start your thing. Maybe you needed this time where you didn't do anything to kind of have this feeling right now of, why didn't I do that? I kind of feel that regret of not starting it. And feeling that way, not that I want you to feel that way or that I'm trying to make you feel that way, but feeling that way is giving you the push and the boost to get started. The good news is that you haven't missed your chance, that if you're here today, you're planning on being here tomorrow and next week. That means you can start planning for that goal right now. Here are some questions that I want you to ask yourself. What do you want the next 6 months to look like? 6 months are going to go by whether you do something or not. So having this starting point right now, knowing that you're going to be here next January, what do you want to look back and see that you have accomplished? What is one thing that has been on your heart, that's been on your mind? It's kind of been pulling at you. It's kind of been nagging at you to get started. What is that? And then taking that one more step. What is the first task? What is that first step that you can take to get started with that? I'm not saying that you have to do everything today, that you have to make up for the last 6 months. I'm more looking forward. Let's forward think. Let's not look guiltily backwards on what we haven't done. Let's not go there. Let's look forward and set ourselves up for success, not to overwhelm us, but to add to our lives. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to grab a planner, grab a piece of paper, a notebook, whatever it is, and write down your goal. Just write it down in one sentence. I don't care if you're a good writer or not. This is just for you. But if we write it down, we're going to see that. We're going to have it in our own handwriting, and it's going to be somewhat of a contract with ourselves that this is the thing that I'm going to do, not that I want to do, that I'm going to do. And I'm setting myself up to actually get that started, not necessarily complete it in 6 months, because depending on how much time you have or how challenging this task is, how new it is to you, it might very well take longer than that. And what I have to say about that is, who cares? If you're working on it and you're enjoying it, you like the process and you're going through that journey, who cares how long it takes? So you've written down your goal, you have that in your own handwriting. The next thing I want you to write is the first step that you can take to get this started. And maybe it's research, maybe it's a research step that you need to take in order to really understand your goal and understand some of the steps that you need to take, but write that down as well. Now, I have a little bit of a tool for you to use because I've been doing this YouTube channel, staying diligent with it for about 1.5 years now. This has been one of my goals, so I'd like to think that I'm accomplishing this goal. I also know that with YouTube and this sort of goal, it's never ending, and that's totally okay. But in doing this work here on YouTube and talking about going for our goals, I have created something for you that I want to share. This is absolutely no obligation for you to get this, but this was one of my goals also, is to create the Busy Dreamer Goal Planner. And this planner actually walks you through developing your goals. It helps you come up with your goals. It gives you space to write them out. It has progress trackers, and then it has monthly and weekly plans. If you're in need of a little goal companion, something that you can take with you everywhere and actually write out your goals in a beautiful way, go out to my website, thebusydreamer.com, and see how you can get your copy. The last thing I want to say is that you don't have to have the perfect plan in order to get started. It doesn't even have to be perfect the whole way through, because once you get into your goal, I guarantee it's going to change. All you need to do is have that ambition to get started, have that wanting, that desire to fulfill your goal, to actually work on it and have something that you're accomplishing in your life, to live on purpose and make these next 6 months count. So that's it for today. Let me know in the comments what the goal is that you have that you want to accomplish in 6 months. What is one thing that in 6 months you're going to thank yourself for starting today? Until next time, keep dreaming and keep going for those goals one step at a time.